Gimp, aka Gordon Warnica, age 77. Our 100-mile hike organizer. Marathon runner, Yukon 1000 paddler, Appalachian Trail northbound through hiker 2003. Also maintains a 3-mile section of the trail from Logan Road to top of Whitecap, with help from friends. Reset, aka Ray Williams, age 68. Catalyst for this hike. An elite runner, running many marathons including multi-Boston marathons. A Dollar, aka Dennis Garrison age 70, joker of the group. Non-avid hiker, trail runner, cyclist and kayaker.
Packer, aka Sherry Archibald, age 65, marathon runner, hiker, recreational paddler, canoe tripper, cyclist, painter, teacher.
Hi-Ho, aka Doug Archibald, age 71. Biologist, retired forest ranger, marathon paddler and runner, recreation paddler. Canoe tripper, hiker, cyclist. Jackknife aka Bernie Levy, IMAX, rooster, age 72. Canoeist, all-round outdoor enthusiast. Calls himself a marathon runner, but does not meet Bruce Murphy's definition, half a runner may fit. As usual, our trip begins with a day of trail maintenance. From Logan Road up to Whitecap. Cutting out blowdowns. Trimming back the ever-growing greenery. Clearing out the water runoff bars. Replacing worn-out signs, repainting the iconic white blazes as needed. Restocking the privy with wood chips. Most fun of all, not really, leveling the cone in the composting privy. Besides our crew, we had some help from Michelle and Dan, hiker friends from Fredericton. Most of us summit Whitecap that day. Ray, now named Reset, while hiking up the 800-plus stone steps to Whitecap, has heart issues. His half the size of a cell phone implant has to reset his heart rhythm 3 times. Reflecting on the difficulty of a previous hike up and down Mount Katahdin, Reset realizes to continue would be too much a risk health-wise. Sadly, the rest of the crew reluctantly say goodbye to Reset, who is able to return to Canada with Michelle and Dan. Day 1, July 4th, 2023. After an early breakfast at McDonald's, we head for Able Bridge, the northern end of the 100-mile wilderness section. After carefully reading the caution sign, we begin our journey.
On the start of our 100-mile wilderness trail, and we started out with 6, but now there are 5. So here we go.
All right, Doug, you're off.
All right, you're off, Doug.
Hi-ho, it's off to work we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho,
Got Archibald.
I'm not working today or any day.
Sherry Archibald.
Awesome.
Gordon Warnica.
Here we go, day 1.
And
Are we there yet?
no. And Dennis Garrison. And Bernie Levy bringing up the rear.
And now we're stopping to make camp.
Yeah. All right, over and out.
On our way to Rainbow Spring Campsite. Herd Brook, lean-to, lunch break. On the rainbow ledges, giving us a fading look of Katahdin. Southeast end of Rainbow Lake. Gimp and Hi-Ho filtering water after Gimp took an unexpected swim. Interesting rock garden. Reached campsite at 6:45 after being on trail for 10 hours, 35 minutes. It was a hot day covering 11.2 miles and 800 feet of elevation rise. Jackknife's supper, he gave it a 10 out of 10.
Okay, day 2 on the 100-mile wilderness trip on the Appalachian Trail. That's in Maine, and we're just gonna listen to some sounds of the forest. When I first heard this, I thought it was Gordy talking. Should say Jackknife, over and over. Hiking partner this morning, Doug Archibald. Here we are at Rainbow Springs. People at the campsite. We're having our breakfast here. And it's 9:25. We did well. We got here faster than what we thought. And Sherry and Doug are working their way across. Nice little challenge this morning. All right, I'm next. This is Rainbow Springs.
Rainbow Stream.
Coming over to Rainbow Lake. Yeah, beautiful little run here.
Turning out to be a tough day. Jackknife runs into this mountain birchathon but narrowly escapes. Only Jackknife and Hi-Ho have the energy to sidestep and check out this view. Another long day. 11.9 miles. 13 hours on the trail. Arriving 7:45 at Wadley Shelter. Day 3, July 6th. It's a hot day and we take advantage of the nearby Namakanta Lake. Having an early, refreshing swim. We are soon back on the trail heading for Patewajo Shelter. 10 miles away.
Good morning. Day 3 of our 100-mile wilderness hike over the Appalachian Trail here in Maine. Beautiful day, sun out. Just had a swim by the in a lake that we were camped not far from the night before, and or last night. And just walking along here in front of the group. Well, Dennis is ahead of me, and then I'm in the middle here, and Doug and Sherry and Gordy are behind. So probably 24 miles in. What we got to do, got to pay attention to the blazes here, stay on the trail. And so yesterday was a tough day. We were 12 hours and 45 minutes on the trail. And but today we got just 10 to do, and it's mostly 10 miles, and it's mostly flat. There's a blaze, so we're still on the AT. Beautiful, beautiful here. Pack's getting lighter, eating up our food and our fuel. Oh, you're wondering about what this is. That's cedar, just to help the smell a little bit. Over and out. Jackknife.
Dennis leaving sand messages, thought if he signed at $1, we wouldn't know it was him. Gimp finds another hill. And finds another gear. Woodpecker art. One too many hills. An example of the many stepping stones on wet sections of the trail. Jackknife finds a practical use for this horseshoe fungus. Not sure which direction the boys are going in. Our tricky stream crossing of the day. Bit of a trail block. Someone called trail maintenance.
Right, it's our third day and it's late in the afternoon. Oh, almost 20 after 5. And shadows are getting longer. And it's getting a little darker, but not too much yet. I got Gordy and Dennis behind me. They're taking it slow today. They've decided to officially tap out yesterday, and it's going to take them 2 days to get to a road that they can find the ride on, and this is the first day that they're looking for that road, and that tomorrow we should come to that road near the end of the day. And Sherry and Doug are ahead of me, and Jackknife's here, and us three are going to try to continue on. It's quite a brutal trail, and the ups are the killers for the boys, and Gordy's found it real hard to do those uphills, and the biggest uphill is yet to come, and on probably day 6, I think we go up White Cap, and day 5 we stay at the Logan Brook shelter. It's the one that Gordy looks after, and where we were there on Monday, and that's kind of a steady climb up, but then there's a higher 800 some stone steps, and just they used prudence and decided to leave the expedition. They're going to do this car shuttle for us, and Sherry and Doug are still strong, and old Jackknife's hanging in there too. We were tuckered out at the end of the day, and long days. On the first day we did over, well, I guess we did 10K, and then we did 11K yesterday, and I think we're doing 11K today. No, not K, miles. And they're taking some of it's taking almost an hour a mile, and so the days are long. Now, this morning we had a little later start. We didn't get to start till 7:47, I think it was. We got, I think, about a mile to go. So hopefully we'll be able to do that before 6, maybe a little less than a mile. And so it's we had a couple of water crossings today, brook crossings that were, one was a little tricky, and we managed to get across safely. The foods that I've been eating has been going real good. I really like the freeze-dried meals. I'm going to try mac and cheese forever tonight. See how that is. Oh, I hear a brook coming up. I don't know if I'm going to cross it or not. Now we're going alongside of it, I think. This might be a campsite brook. Wouldn't that be a blessing? So there's you can hear it over there. And nice little brook there. Lots of water on the trip. I went to tablets this time for purification rather than filtering, and that's going well. And, oh, I see a log bridge here. Interesting. Looks like the trail does go that way. Let's see if we can walk across it without falling in. So you see that there? That's what we're going to go across, and we'll try that. Sturdy enough. Lots of steps on it. Ooh, up and down that way. Maybe that's not such a good idea. Oh. See what we're up here? All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm watching the logs. Reflecting a little bit, but going good. All right, trail goes to the right. So it's Jackknife on the 100-mile wilderness of the Appalachian Trail in Maine.
Arrive at Patewajo Lean-To sometime after 6 p.m. Hi-Ho quickly gets a fire going. Jackknife has chill mac with beef for supper, and he gives it a 7 out of 10. Packer and Hi-Ho treated us by sharing their 3-berry chromal dessert. Right, some good.
Okay, this here is the spring for Patewajo Lean-To, and it's got a gravel bottom there, and it's just bubbling and churning the whole time. Very interesting. Nice, fresh, clean mountain spring water.
Our shelter for the night. Just the 5 of us. Day 4, up early 5:06. July 7th extraction day for Gimp and $1. 7.7 miles to Joe Mary Road, the exit they're looking for.
Morning. It's July 7th. Starting our 4th day on the 100-mile Wilderness Appalachian Trail. And I just thought I'd today show you some of the different terrain that we hike on, what the trail is like. So this is a kind of a moderate woody to rocky section. And then as they come to different features, we'll show you different styles of trails that we get to hike on in this beautiful place in Maine. The Appalachian Trail is marked with white blazes. You make little trench washouts for the river brook to go down, and then oh, here's a blaze here for marking the AT. Over and out. It's just 7 o'clock. Hit the trail at 6:55.
Sunny. At 1.8 miles we stop for morning swim since it's hot, 8:10 to 8:30. Our last group swim.
So now here we have a good example. That's Gord going there. Good example of rooty, boggy, rocky section of the trail. And you can see we have roots, we have bog, we have rocks. Now that was just a short section, but sometimes that's longer. Anyways, there's a good example, and here's some of the lovely scenery we're seeing along the way.
Beauty all around. Don't forget to look down. Check out these fungi and flora. South end of Joe Mary Lake. Milk the fish break, center of screen. Jackknife wished he had his fly rod. Joe Mary Road getting closer.
Now this is an example of a nice easy section of the trail. Nice soft floor, and that's forest floor, that is, and just easy going. Level, or relatively level, and a few obstacles, but you can easily walk around them. But obviously that changes in a hurry, but just shows you how the trail goes. And now it's getting more rockier and bouldery. And sometimes the trail's like this. I just come from there, and now I'm getting across to there, hopefully. Cody's coming across. Easy peasy, hopefully. The AT Trail. The water section.
Mud brook.
Oh, this is Mud Brook. Oh, I need some water. So this is another good example of a bouldering section where you got large rocks and boulders in the middle of the trail, and you just gotta work yourself around them. This is just a little section here, maybe. You got mud in between that you don't want to slip and fall into. And often there's streams or brooks that we cross, or sometimes follow for a while. And you got to keep your feet out of the water and the muck, muckahaya. And then we're back to a reasonable footing section. And in real swampy places, often we'll find this single or double log path for us. You see I had a little trouble on the single ones, And this looks like a little longer one than sometimes they're short, sometimes they go a long way, depending on how the bog is. This would be nice into 3 mile in some of the sections. So yeah, this is nice, and you would see it's boggy here, so very helpful to keep your feet dry. This one needs a little fixing up. Some of the ones I was on yesterday half rotted out. It might have been this morning. I can remember. So you get the picture. There's the end up there.
Our last crew of 5, picture, taken 2 days ago. We reached Joe Mary Road at 2:45. Packer, Hi-Ho and Jackknife sort through their pre-planned food and fuel drop, taking what they need and give the rest to Gimp and $1, who quickly yogi a ride. Then there were 3. Gimp and $1 get dropped off on Route 11. They call the 100-mile Wilderness Inn and get a ride to A-Ball Bridge, where the cars are. They stay the night at the 100-mile Inn, then shuttle Hi-Ho's car to Shaw's in Monson for the new trio. Thanks, boys. The new trio continue on to Cooper Brook Falls Lean-To. They get caught in a thunderstorm, with heavy in the late afternoon. Arrive at shelter 6:55, finishing up the 11.4-mile day. The trio's first encounter with other hikers at shelter. All-girls school sleepover, 17th day of 7 weeks of hiking, Sobo, and Wolfram, through hiker, Nobo, planning to finish in 3 days, make room for the trio. They're glad to be out of the rain. Have supper and settle in for the night. Day 5, July 8th, Cooper Brook Lean-To. Up at 6 o'clock, breakfast, look after blisters, pack up, 8 a.m. start. Rain has stopped. Fair day for hiking. 11.7 miles, 1,500-foot climb, and several water crossings.
This is Cooper River Falls, right by our campsite. That's our lean-to there. See how it's leaning a little bit? Interesting. And there's a group of girls just leaving now. All-girl camp for sleepover called. And I'm going to pack and join Doug and Sherry.
We're on Boardman Mountain. It's a beautiful day, a few clouds and blue sky, and it's wonderful to be alive.
It's our 5th day in of our 100 mile. And how far have we come so far, Doug?
Well, today we've come about 4 miles since 8 o'clock, and it's 11 o'clock now, so we're making good time. Hi-ho!
Hi-ho!
Hi-Ho is filling up his water bottle from this spring.
Doug taking Sherry's poles so she doesn't have to take them across. One of our many foraging across.
I don't think that would help this fire, right?
At least till you get over here.
So should I step on that rock?
Here.
Doug and I went upstream and crossed over, had a jump, but not as big as jump as this one.
Yeah, that's the problem. And once your crocs get wet, there's no
The AT Trail, folks. Ain't no joke.
your crocs are so big on
Ooh. Action.
Now you're lucky you're going to want to let the top rope go.
Good job, Sherry.
Yeah, but you can't jump it.
No moose sightings, just droppings and tracks. Logan Brook lean-to 6:05 p.m. Meeting more hikers now. 3 hikers tending here, shelter empty. Jackknife has Kung Pao grilled chicken for supper, 8 out of 10.
Good evening. End of day 5 here at Logan Brook Lean-To on the way up to Whitecap Mountain. Had a good day. 11 plus miles today, and warm day, and there was some possibility of rain, but we never seen any rain. And just getting fed a marshmallow here at the campsite by Derek. Want to say hi, Derek?
Hello.
And just having a wonderful time. And I got hi-ho here. We have a full camp here tonight. There's 4 or 5 tent setups, and the all girls from sleepover school are here. We were with them last night, or they were with, yeah, we were with them. Now they're with us tonight. So it's just a wonderful, wonderful time. And so we'll talk to you later.
Good night. Day 6, July 9th. All girls school having breakfast. Left Logan Brook lean-to 7 o'clock. Overcast morning, the climb is brutal.
Ooh. Good morning, day 6. Heading up Whitecap. And this is a good example of stone steps looking down. Just come up these 56 stone steps right here, and a few more up here ahead. Roughly over 800 steps from our lean-to, can't think of the name, to Whitecap.
Jackknife summits at 8:10. Packer and hi-ho already there. All happy to have this hill behind them. Packer and Jackknife require foot maintenance. More rocks and roots. The rest of the day is brutal. Continuing to work on their 1,000 feet of elevation climb. First the trio now go down Whitecap. Then up and down Hay Mountain. Up and down West Peak. Up and down Gulf Hagas Mountain. It was a short mileage day, 7.2, but they were 9 hours on the trail. Averaging 1 hour and 15 minutes per mile. Jackknife had a hard day with the hills. Like he said, brutal. Arrive at Carl A. Newhall lean-to at 4:05, shelter empty. Hi-ho makes fire. Trio have early supper. JK has Forever Young mac and cheese. 10 out of 10, very good. Lots of thru hikers flow in. Meet spring break, 109, Helix, R2 and others. Full shelter plus tent and hammock setups. Total of 13 hikers. Good gear talk with campfire. Another new day, day 7, July 10th. Leave shelter 7-ish, fairly good trail, except for the rocks and roots. A 9.9-mile day, with 1,500 feet of climb, destination Chairback Gap Lane 2. Haggis Brook.
Here comes Jackknife now, plowing right through. He's done this before.
The trio meet Huff, a MATC member, takes our garbage, we share stories. Then on our way. Thanks, Huff. Evidence of recent trail maintenance. Much thanks. Trail goes from bad to worse in a hurry.
Jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Okay, Sherry.
Yeah, this is a scramble going up on top of Chairback Mountain.
It starts to rain in the afternoon, and the trio summit Chairback Mountain 3:30-ish. Raining hard now and arrive at Chairback Gap Lane 2 at 4:30, wet and tired. There are 4 in the shelter already, and they make room for the trio. Jackknife has Mexican chili with beans and corn. Rates it 8 out of 10. Rains harder and hikers keep coming in off the trail. Tents start to pop up. Rains all night. That night is the lowest of the trip for Jackknife. His thoughts as he tries to sleep are all negative, wet, shivering.
Morning, day 8. Rained all yesterday afternoon, or most of it, and then all night. The trails in a lot of places totally full of water. I mean totally. So we got just under 12 miles to go today, 11 something, and working hard at it. Doug and Sherry are ahead of me. These hills, I can't handle the hills, they beat me up. So it's Jackknife here, day 8 on the 100-mile wilderness on the Appalachian Trail in Maine. Stayed in shelter last night. There were 4 there, and they let us join in, so we had a packed house, 7 in the shelter, and then some more hikers come in after that, and they had to tent up.
Spirits have lifted. Jackknife has come out of his dark mode. Mood is much brighter. The weather clears up by 9 a.m. and they take off their rain gear. The trio had a meeting last night and changed today's destination to Long Pond Stream Lane 2. for miles longer than planned, but it shortens day 9 from 16.1 to 12.1 miles. 10.9 miles today with 2,100 feet of elevation rise. Possibly view from Columbus Mountain. Climbing 4 mountains today: Columbus, 3rd, 4th, and Barron, plus 2 blips. Trail has been rerouted to view this old airplane crash. Still working on trail, making new stone steps. Barron Mountain, I think, finally. Hi-Ho has found plans for a new tower, or perhaps specs for this one. All happy, only 3.1 miles to shelter. Mostly downhill.
Little Long Pond stream after heavy rain.
The end of the day did not turn out the best for Jackknife. Things were very slippery, and JK falls many times. He wore out his treads on the first 50 miles and now has no grip, and has several bruises to show for it. He manages to get lost twice in a matter of a couple of hours. Requires 2 search parties before a trio are together again, with help from Traveling Man. Because of all the mishaps, JK has no times or meal records for day 9. Perhaps not the sharpest knife that day. Day 9, lots of rain has fallen. Trio hearing rumors of chest-high crossings, hikers talking about reroute. Meet a Scotsman who forded the Long Pond stream in chest-high water. Camp at Long Pond stream with Traveling Man who has a reroute map from the Scotsman. Couple camp with us who plan to be picked up by a long shot on a side road. Fortunately, Jackknife has already scouted this route. The trio have a team meeting and decide to take the reroute around Long Pond Stream and Little Wilson, removing 4 or 5 high water crossings, about 8.2 miles. With our 6 miles on Monday, July 3rd, trail maintenance, and the 2 side trails off and back on the about 1.2 miles each way, we believe we have enough miles to make up the 100. The trio pack up and leave camp early. On the way to the side trail, Packer and Hi-Ho check out how Jackknife went astray the day before. The side trail was good at first, then turns to muck, but Jackknife's knowledge of a bushwhack route saves them from getting muddy feet. They meet Long Shot from Shaw's and he drops them off at a spur trail leading to the It's a small park right next to the raging Little Wilson. We take pictures and hit the trail at 8:25. The spur trail is rocks, roots, and black mud. We finish the 1.2 miles, joining the again with 6 miles to the junction with Route 15. Packer and Hi-Ho are in fine form, but Jackknife is feeling the 100 miles.
I think this is the Little Wilson again. It's just tearing down here. 75-foot drop or more. Big canyon walls.
We plan to stop at Lehman Lean-To for lunch, then 3 miles to the finish line. To quote Rooster Cogburn, as JK is fond of doing, the trail's hot. Packer, Hi-Ho and Jackknife head out with 3 miles to go, 2 250-foot hills and Goodell Brook in front of them. Jackknife is paying close attention to blazes today. Packer and Hi-Ho are leaving JK messages just to be safe. Congrats to Packer and Hi-Ho as they finished the 100-mile wilderness at 3:25 p.m.
This is the last ford we had to do. A little tricky in the middle, but I got it done.
Jackknife finishes at 3:49 p.m. Good job. When the surviving trio get to Shaw's Hiker Hostel in Monson, they are not disappointed. Rooms and showers were epic. Laundry, store, people, just super. Shaw's famous breakfast stood up to its reputation, meeting all expectations. A perfect end to an extremely satisfying hike and adventure for our trio.